Hi guys, good morning. Today I want to talk about something that many of you probably did not see so far, or maybe you had problems or errors and didn't know why this happened. So actually two people contacted me over the last couple of weeks, or also I think someone posted about this in 2019 in the Ubot Studio forum. And this is currently something that is not supported out of the box by ExBrowser plugin. I'm already working very hard on this to bring a new feature into ExBrowser plugin so that this can be supported in a much simpler way. So let me explain and show you what this is. So we're talking about shadow DOM elements or shadow root elements, however you want to call this. So I have to admit I'm not a big expert on this because I'm not a traditional HTML developer, right? So I do a lot of web automation and API stuff with HTTP, so that the communication protocol between the browser and the web server. But that's a completely different thing than building websites in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So if you're interested what this actually does, and please Google that. I'm not going to explain it in this video, but it's basically a way. I'm not sure how long this exists, a couple of years already, but a way to separate configurations in a website that you can have style elements for a shadow root element and other CSS code for other shadow root elements. So that's kind of how I understand this. Sorry. That's kind of how I understand this. And yeah, basically, I would say let's just say these are different blocks within the HTML code. So now let's take a look how that looks like, right? We go to that allodoctor.com website. That's just a website that has a lot of that shadow root stuff in it, so that I can show you what that means and how this looks like. So now, I opened this website with ExBrowser plugin, so we can execute that. So now let's take a look. When we run element count with the X qualifier, that means look into all frames and iframes and return the amount of A elements on that page. So let's run that. It gives us 3. If we run it with set, which means only look at the main code, no frames, iframes, it gives us 0. So now, if we look at that site and the amount of buttons you have on that site, right, and the amount of links, we clearly know already that 3 is probably not the right number. So there's something strange, right? Because there are more than 3 links on that site for sure, right? So, but neither looking into frames and iframes returns the correct number, nor looking into the main code returns the correct number. So what's the problem here? If we look at the page source code now, right? I think we are smart, and search the code, and we search for A elements, you see there's not a single one there, right? So if we now go to the inspector, that's a different thing, right? So we now search in that inspector and we search for the A elements, right? Let's just look at the opening thing, and we have 95 A elements, right? We can move there. You have all the different A elements, right? You can look at that, right? And so on. So now what you see here, you see this shadow root open, right? Here's another shadow root and another shadow root, and there are multiple of those. So the problem now is that ExBrowser plugin at the moment cannot look into those shadow root elements automatically. So when we specify that main code, and you see there are no A elements here in that main code, so it's correct. It does not return anything. If you look at frames or iframes, you see that here's a frame that is loaded, right? That's the URL where this frame is coming from. So let's open that one. Let's see what happens. Okay, not much. So, but that's the thing, right? And those 3A elements that we get from ExBrowser plugin when we execute it with that X expression, they're probably coming from some frames or iframes. But it's a bit hard to really see where this is coming from. But the main problem is that at the moment, with those shadow root things, when you have that here in place, and you only see them in that inspector, even if you search that main HTML code, you don't get it. And even when you search the main code, you don't get it. So I'm not quite sure really at the moment how to identify those elements. But when you look at the element inspector, you can clearly see this, right? If someone has an idea how to figure out if a site is using shadow root or not without looking at that code, please post in the comments if you have some ideas or know how that works in more detail. I'm happy to receive your feedback on this. So there is a way to target shadow root elements, to target elements that are within a shadow root section, right? But you have to write a specific XPath expression to navigate through this, right? You have to specify XPath expression to target that shadow root element, and then go deeper into that shadow root section to extract what you want to do. So this is possible. The problem with that is if you're looking for something or you want to extract all links from that page and you don't know where they are, then there's no generic approach at the moment, because with frames or iframes, what I'm basically doing in the code is I'm looking for all frames. Then I look into every single frame and I extract the element that you specified with your XPath expression. So it's looping through all of them and then just finding everything that matches the given XPath expression, right? And depending on if it's a scrape list command, it will extract all of them. It's a regular scrape element command, a function, sorry. Then it will only give you one result. But at the moment, it's not looking into that shadow root stuff. So I want you to be aware of that. If you code stuff and you have strange behavior that your XPath expression is right, but it's not extracting the data or it's not clicking that element, please check if that site that you're coding has a shadow root element. And if that's the case, please send me the site, because I'm currently working really hard to get that working for you guys and have a generic solution for that. It's one of my main priorities at the moment, because I also have some projects where I need this and some other people. So yeah, if you have sites where this is a pain in the ass, where it's not working for you, please let me know, so that I have more test sites that I can test my solution on as soon as it's ready. Can't promise you anything when this will be available, but just wanted to let you know that this is my main thing at the moment, which will make ExBrowser plugin even more powerful, because not sure if the Ubot Studio browser actually supports that at all, but yeah, we can try. Let's take a look what they do. Yeah, actually it does nothing. Right? It supports the first thing here, and what we can do: change focus, mouse over, script. Yeah. So yeah, I think that already answered the question. If if the built-in browser can support it. Let's just check what version I use. Chrome 94. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if the newer one in Ubot Studio 6 can support this. Just curious, or if this is then another unique feature we have in an ExBrowser plugin. But honestly, I really don't think that this works at all with Ubot Studio Browser. But let's see. Sometimes they surprise me. And I'm not a big fan of Ubot Studio version 6, by the way, because it's yeah, a little bit strange, right? As I told you, if you have a UI status element in your code, it takes like ages to move to that tab. As you see, I click that kill threads 2 thing. It's like loading already, so 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Not sure if that's a problem here on my machine. You guys can maybe test this, but yeah, I don't know. Let's wait. Maybe I cut that out in the video. Ah, there we go. Okay. So if you switch to code view and then back to node view, that happens again. By the way. So let's load that. Let's see what's the Chrome 79. So good. Yeah. So as you see here, there's nothing really going on at all here on that side. So yeah, if you use Ubot Studio Browser and you have that shadow root websites, then you're basically screwed. Okay, good to know. At least with ExBrowser plugin, the site actually works, right? Because it's a normal regular browser. And now we will also make it work that the commands and functions automatically fully support those shadow root elements, and then you're good to go. So just wanted you to know, so you're not wasting time and yeah, running in circles trying to figure out what's wrong. And if you have websites where you have that problem, please send them to me or post them in the comments in the Facebook group. So I know those sites and I can test my solution on this. So I'm 80% sure that I can do this. I have some ideas, but this is not so easy. So yeah, I might run into some limitations. There are a couple of things that are possible in Java that are not possible in C# with the engine. So, but let's see. Give me some time, and I will do my best to figure that out and nail that thing. So yeah, if you have questions, comments, feedback, or sites, as I said, please tell me, and then yeah, I will update you as soon as I have a solution for you guys. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.